Hi everyone, this is Sanjana from Mockcat, the only place where you get directly coached and mentored by 99.9 plus percentilers. With interview season upon us, there are a lot of questions that we need to prepare for, and I've started this new series to help you prepare for this. So, we'll have videos around all the three question types. Current affairs, I'm going to give you the topics that you should prepare for, and you can check out our news section at mockcat.com for that. You'll also be preparing for your ACADS or work experience depending on your profile. And here I will give you certain examples for different profiles based on what you studied. Now, if you do feel that your profile is a little unique or there's some doubt that you have around the entire VAT PI process, just put a question in the comments and we will help you out or even put out a video if needed. And last, and I would say this is the part which we have to ace, and these are the HR questions or what are sometimes called the softer or the profile based questions. So in this video, I'll cover the 7 most common type of HR questions which are must prep. And I'll tell you why they're asking this question, and I'll also give you some ideas that you can use for inspiration to structure your entire answer. In case if you feel that you need more help, we do have an entire VAT PI playlist and we have dedicated videos for each of these questions. So make sure to check that out after this. I'll put it in the description and the first pinned comment for you. Now let's start with the first of the 7 questions. This question is not as common now as it used to be, but if you do get asked this question, it is gold because it helps you showcase your attributes and it also helps you to direct the interview. So, if you've been academically consistent, for instance, you could talk about that. Or maybe your ACADS are not very good, but you've participated in a lot of initiatives, then that is what you highlight. Let's say if you feel that your profile is not great with respect to either of these two, then you can skim over that part and you can highlight why you're really interested in MBA. Maybe there are some role models you have or some people who have inspired you. The second question can come up in multiple ways. What they're trying to figure out is, are you going to make a good manager, a good MBA student, and then a good manager after you've graduated? And are you going to be a good fit for that particular B school? Everyone's strengths are, of course, different, but what you've got to do is come up with business related, manager related, team related strengths. They should be relevant and try to back it up with examples or stories. This will make sure of two things. One, when you have an example, if you're saying I'm goal oriented, I'm really hardworking, I'm really competitive, versus if you're saying these with an example, you're almost proving to them that I genuinely have these attributes, these skill sets, and what happens is you become more memorable. Remember that the panel is interviewing people day in and day out, right? So for you to stand out, for you to be memorable, stories are always going to be better. Now, here are some examples which you can use where it suits you. Maybe you're goal oriented, maybe you're competitive, maybe you're very creative, or you're very good at organizing. Maybe you are resilient, or maybe you have good leadership or team spirit. Now, the flip side of this, of course, is your weakness. Now, they're not going to reject you no matter what you say, but they're looking for honesty and they're looking for an intention to improve. Have you really delved within yourself and figured out where there are gaps and are you trying to actively improve them? So, what I would say here is go with a genuine weakness, but also add how you are trying to fix it. Avoid something which is personal or irrelevant and avoid trying to disguise a strength as a weakness, like saying that, I work really hard or I work all 7 days, I just can't stop. That doesn't make sense. It's going to be very clear. If genuinely you do something like this, then you could either say that, I find it very difficult to say no to people, or I have difficulty in prioritizing work. So I sometimes don't do the most important thing, but this is something which I'm actively trying to work on by trying to think if this is the most important or not, and also taking my manager's guidance. Now, the fourth question, of course, is extremely important. Here, they get to know if you genuinely want to do an MBA. Have you given it that thought? Or are you doing it simply because, your friends are also taking CAT, maybe your parents are pushing you, or maybe you've heard that there's a lot of money that you will make after an MBA from a top B school. If you are from the commerce background, this is of course easy to justify because MBA is the natural next step after a BCom or a BBA degree. In case if you're a fresher or you have a few months of work experience, they might ask you, why do you want to do an MBA now and not after working for 2 to 4 years? But if you're not from the commerce background like me, then you need to justify it. So there are three ways in which I would suggest you do it. One is if you're genuinely very interested in one area, maybe you're really interested in finance, then you could say something like, I've always been good at numbers and finance is something which I'm very keen on. I've started, taking up this course, or I've started trading with, some small amount of money and I've made a bit of profit. And I know that I'll get a good job at a bank only after I do an MBA from a top B school. So that's why I want to pursue an MBA. Or if marketing is more what you're interested in, maybe you're talking about a company or a person who is really creative, a business person, of course. Or you could say something like, throughout childhood, I've always been interested in ads and jingles, and I've participated in multiple competitions in college, such as AdsApp, B Plan competitions, and so on. And I've taken up a couple of internships or courses around marketing. But I know that I need an MBA to get the proper marketing knowledge so that I can get into a company in this role and contribute to my best. So here I've given you examples of two specializations. If you're interested in any of the others, of course, you can structure something similarly. If that's not really your calling, another thing that you could talk about would be career advancement. We all know that after an MBA from a top B school, you end up getting a job which is at a pretty senior designation and at a high salary. So that is something which you could talk about. Maybe there's some certain role that you aspire to, like a product manager, or maybe you've been working and you know that for you to get to the next level, you need to have a master's degree and an MBA degree. So then you can structure it around that. Last, you could also be inspired by a company or a person, right? So these are some examples, but you could also have examples around you, maybe within your company. Maybe there's somebody senior who has an MBA from a top B school, or just somebody that you know that you admire, or something like that. That's another way in which you could justify. Now, this fifth question is one way that they're trying to get to know you, and they're also trying to bring about a comfortable environment, because you are obviously going to be comfortable talking about your interests or your hobbies. So here I would say that you should have something genuine, whatever you do. This could be sports, games, any particular interest, anything you have. I would say avoid saying I like watching movies or watching Netflix or listening to music. These are very common. If you have really pursued it, so you could say something like I really like watching movies which are of the thriller or criminal genre. These are the last three movies which I've watched, and this is a director that I really admire. Something like that will be fine. Or you could say something like, I'm very interested in movies, within your language, or it can be Hindi movies, English movies, whatever. And I really follow their collections, how much they make, what are the type of movies which run, or I watch these movies critically, and I actually have put up reviews of movies on my Instagram page or on my blog or something like that. Then it's fine. Otherwise, go for something which, for lack of a better word, I'll say go for something a little more solid, which is not common to most of us. Now, remember that whatever hobby or interest you're going for, it's not just about what you do, or you should also know more about it, particularly if it is a sport. Say, for example, if it's cricket, you should know who's won the World Cup, India's, main cricket players, of course, male and female, IPL, including things like, how much money is made in the bidding, how much does IPL make in marketing, who's won the streaming contract, and things like these. Similarly, if you like football, for instance, right? So you should know about, the Premier League, other leagues in India, how it works. Probably you might admire a particular club or a particular player. Maybe you like chess, then in that case you should know who the grandmasters are, Indian grandmasters, particularly how the FIDE rating system works, any events which have happened in India, the moves which are there, as well as, of course, shows like the Queen's Gambit and things like that. So again, if you have a particular interest, just make sure that it's not just what you are doing. Make sure to know more about it, because that really shows that you are interested or you are passionate about this. Now, they could also ask you a lot of situational questions, such as these ones. Here again, you'll have to think through of the experiences which you have had. Again, try to think of it from a managerial or a business standpoint. By this, I don't mean that, if they're asking you where you've displayed leadership, it has to be that, you worked in a company, or, you have participated in a business plan competition. But think around those. So it could be a competition and, you are displaying team spirit, leadership, things like that. It could also be things which you have organized, or certain strategies that you've come up with. You've displayed creativity and personal characteristics. Again, I keep talking about leadership, so some others are team spirit, empathy, being able to connect well with others, communication, interaction, interpersonal skills. So all of these would also be good. Now, if you want to know more in detail about it, just put a comment with the word situation, and we will shoot a video around it. And you can also take up this exercise to help you come up with answers for some of these. Now, you could definitely be asked if you have a role model or somebody that inspires you. Again, think of it from an MBA perspective. Ideally, avoid anybody who's, a family member or a friend or a political person, unless there's a genuine, very, very strong reason for it. So, say, if you want to be an entrepreneur because your father's an entrepreneur and he's achieved a certain level of success, or, you have some other relative like this, then that would be fine. Otherwise, a business example or maybe a sport example or something will be fine. Now, people like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Ratan Tata, these are like like perennial favorites. If you go with them, remember that a lot of people will go with them because they are generally in the news. Make sure that you know their career, you know all of the aspects as much as possible very well, and make sure that it's somebody genuine and your values really resonate right with them. Some other examples which I like, one will be a little difficult, but if you can find somebody relevant, maybe someone that's graduated from that particular institute, like say, Indra Nui, if you are going for an IIM Calcutta interview, that will be good. You can also think of, say, for girls, right? Thinking of again Indra Nui or a Falguni Nair or a Kiran Mazumdar Shaw. If you are thinking of female entrepreneurs, you could talk about Warren Buffett or Raghuram Rajan or Nikhil Kamath if you're interested in finance, or if you're interested in marketing, then again a Falguni Nair or a Deepinder Goyal or maybe a Ritesh Agarwal, right? These could be likely examples. So these are the most common questions that you could be asked. And if you want more guidance on this, then definitely check out this WATPI playlist. And I absolutely recommend that you start with this exercise before you craft any of your answers. If you found this video useful, please do like it and stay tuned for tomorrow's where I'm going to talk about more interview questions.